Just as I was beginning to enjoy myself, Shawn, my fiancé, appeared. He called my name in that usual calm, practiced tone, as if the world would always bend to his voice. Then he asked if the rumor was true, that my father had taken in a knight's child. Seems like the courtiers must have been whispering again. But I knew he didn't care about the boy. He just wanted confirmation. I met his gaze with the serene expression I'd perfected over the years and told him it was true, that the child would be introduced at the victory banquet next week. No emotion, no commentary, just facts, the only language he respected. But then his eyes drifted to my plate. Of course, he noticed the untouched dessert. He asked if something was wrong, if the dessert was not to my liking. He really couldn't remember, could he? I looked at the almond cake. A small, polite smile touched my lips. It's not about whether I like them or not. I'm allergic to almonds. I wanted to say it. But again, he never listens. So I just lied and said I would eat some later. It was easier than trying to explain. He seemed satisfied. I won't lie, he looked cute when he smiled. But who would have guessed a devil was hiding behind that sweet smile? It all began 13 years ago. I was just 3, a child lost in a world of crayons and daydreams. Then came Shawn. With that same cold confidence, that same unblinking stare, he pointed at me and declared he'd marry me. And from that day, my world, once simple and safe, transformed into a relentless nightmare, a meticulously orchestrated hell where his devilish nature delighted in tormenting me. Even now, his sweetness clings like honey. He told me to go home, because it was already dark outside. Then he came closer, his eyes pinning me, his voice a low caress that made my skin crawl. "You're such a good girl, my darling fiancé." Always with that possessive gentleness, the way one might speak to a beloved object. That word, fiancé, felt heavier each day. I felt like a canary trapped inside a cage. Gilded bars, velvet cushion, and no way out. And the only way I'll ever breathe freely is if I escape. But there's more. I'm reincarnated. 16 years ago, I was just a career woman, living on deadlines and black coffee. Work, sleep, repeat. That was my life. Until everything changed. One morning on my way to work, I saw a child drowning. I didn't think and just jumped in. And that was my biggest mistake. If I hadn't tried to save him, I wouldn't have died. And I wouldn't have woken up here. Inside a BL novel. Yeah. Empire Moon, a story I once read. I've been reincarnated as Lady Aya Howard, the noble fiancé of Prince Shawn, one of the main leads. But here's the twist. He doesn't fall for me. He falls for Uriel Godwin, the boy my father is about to adopt. My soon-to-be little brother. And in this story, I die. Subscribe.